Welcome to the Basu Lifestyle Show. This is the show about learning what it takes to build a superior you, mentally, physically, and financially. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel before we get started so you don't forget later on. Today, we have Raph in the studio. Raph is the owner of Flex Training Series. He has a degree in health and exercise science, and we're going to dig into weightlifting, nutrition, and just get your body, mind right today. So I'm joined by Tony. Tony, what do you have to say?
First and foremost, thanks for being here.
Definitely.
Raph and I have only been in each other's lives now for a few months, non-romantically, but in a business capacity. Raph owns his own training company that he's expanding into the Wolf Fitness gyms to run in parallel to what we kind of do. You've got a long background in fitness.
Yes.
Besides just having a degree in exercise health and science, you're also a professional IFBB pro.
Yes.
What does that actually mean for people who don't know what IFBB pro is?
Because I actually don't know what that stands for.
That's honestly is the highest level that we can go as a bodybuilder.
Okay.
So I'm a professional, I can get paid, and I can travel to my passport because I'm a professional bodybuilder.
So what does it take to get to that level?
A lot of work.
Yep.
But basically, you gotta win a couple shows to get on the level. So we gotta do a regional show, and then you gotta go nationals.
Okay.
And then from nationals, that's when you get your pro card. You have a chance to get first or second place against about like 400 guys on the stage. So I did that, and then I got my pro card, and then so now as a pro, I also compete as a professional bodybuilder, and then if I win shows on that level, now I make money. So
okay.
like 5,000, 10,000, chances to travel and get sponsorships and stuff like that.
So it's like a professional athlete, just in a different
Correct. Yeah.
spotlight.
Correct. Right.
So how did you get into that? What is your background? Where are you from?
Originally from Brazil, but funny enough, my mom was a phys ed teacher.
Okay.
So sports.
yeah.
Sports been in the life since ever. Like I was a kid and watching her, being a teacher with the kids in the gym and stuff like that. So I think that's where the vein came from. Fitness in my life. And then my brother and I were 10 years apart. So by the time he was 20, he was already hitting the gym. So I see him doing that. So I kind of want to go.
Follow along.
Yeah, I want to go that way. So when I was 13, 14, he started taking me to the gym and doing little
Where it all
protein.
begins.
Yeah, doing little protein shakes right there, and so that was fun. Yeah, that's pretty much how it started.
So that's where it started.
But I did got very into fitness when I moved to US.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you get your degree? At what point? Was this a later on thing? Your health and exercise?
I actually
science?
got my degree here.
You got it here?
Yeah. I got my certification as a personal trainer. I started working that way, and then I said I like this and I want to make that's my career. That's when I decided to go to college for health and exercise science.
So when you came here, that wasn't your plan.
That was not my plan. Yeah.
What was your plan?
None.
None.
I just want to get out.
Just get here.
Get the hell out of
Step
Brazil.
out,
I
get
just want to. I love the culture. We haven't talked about this, but I do have a background in hip hop.
Okay.
I used to be a hip hop dancer, also a professional one. So I love the culture. So I just want to be here because I was a student at Broadway, like a guest student. So once again, they have to pay to be there at the Broadway Dance Center. So I just want to be part of the culture and learn a little bit. The plan wasn't to stay here for that long that I am here. I just want to come and visit and
Now you're here.
And I'm here. I'm not going back.
What was the hardest part about you getting from where you were in Brazil just to get here?
That's a good point. So here's the story, right? So I was a teacher. We can do this another 3 episodes.
Yeah.
We got the time.
We can do a whole 3 episodes here. But I was a teacher back home. One of my degrees, besides being exercise science here, I have a degree in education, in technology. So I was teaching a college, like a private school, technology for the kids, from first grade to high school. Right. So my classroom was a lab, a bunch of computers there. They come in, they learn Excel, Word, PowerPoint, all those things to be able to do homework and stuff like that. So that was my classroom. Of course, the school lost the funds to keep having my class, so I lost my job.
Right.
That was about October.
Okay.
And then I woke up like I don't want to stay here. I want to go somewhere. I have the time and I have some money, so I paid all my bills, and then I came this way. So that's pretty much how it started.
How old were you during that time?
I was 24 when I came here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I lost my job at 23, and then I moved here. I was 24. So my point is, I was, I said that I wasn't the plan to really be here. I wasn't planning. I wasn't preparing myself to come here. I was teaching my class, and I was happy what I was doing. I'm a teacher.
You were content. You were a teacher with kids.
I was teaching kids. I was following my mom's footsteps because she was also in the school district. As a physics teacher, and she actually retired as the principal. So she also had a beautiful career in the school district. So I was kind of following her footsteps. But then when I lost my class, I didn't, I kind of lost the focus a little bit. So let me try something new, and then I want to go to US. I was not prepared for that, From October, I actually got my letter that I was resigned on November. So from November until March, that's when I got here.
Okay.
Right, November to March, what, 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah,
4 months. That's all I had to get my passport, my visa, and my English. So
and your English.
And my English. That means I had no English.
You knew zero English.
Good morning. The book's on the table. That's the most famous word.
The book is on the table?
The book's on the table. When you learn English, I don't know why.
That's the
first thing you wrote a book is that's what you learn. The book's on the table.
Okay.
Little things like that. Good morning, stuff. But very, very, very bad. Very bad. So I didn't know anything about English or how to get here. But I really want to get here. Let's try this. There is a test that you gotta do. I told Tony this the other day. There is a test that you gotta do to be able to pass. And you gotta pass and get ready to be here. You gotta get a 6, right? From 0 to 10, you gotta get a 6 so they can approve your paperwork, so you can come to the country. And on that day, I got a 3. Should not. I got a 3 on the test, and the guy looking like Raph. That was February.
Yeah.
Like, Raph, you can go. Like, I'm going. Like, Raph, you can go. You got a 3, bro. But did you put on the paper red? No. But I got to sign and put you got a 3. You're not going to sign. You're not going to give me a 3. At that time, I knew him, right? Because I was trying to prep to go. Right. So I did like some express classes, real quick.
Yeah, you wanted to learn.
Yeah, but did it work? In a month, you can't learn much.
No.
I learned the books on the table twice. So then I know. He told me I got a 3 on the test, so I failed. I didn't fail. I got a 6. He put on the paper there, I got a 6. Don't worry about me. Raph, this is not good. We're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get there. You don't know what you're doing. Don't worry about it. I got this.
Yeah, I'll figure this out on the other side.
I got this. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna hear from me anymore. So he like, Raph, this is crazy. I know it's crazy, but we're doing this. So he put a 6 on the paper. He closed his eyes, put a 6 and signed the paper. Thank you, bro. I got you. I'll see you later. And that was it. Then I got here. Yeah, thank God. It's always been like that. My life is always being opportunities and people. Now that's how I feel about Tony in my life. It's opportunities. Now and it's little things like that. You gotta embrace and run with it. You always learn something. So that's how I came. That was the first door they opened with that guy saying yes for me on that paper, and that was it. I got here. That was my first time seeing a yellow bus. I was pretty excited.
Seeing a yellow bus?
Ah, man, you see yellow bus in like Spider-Man movies, like Superman, and then you get here, you see like, oh shit, it's right there. So that was pretty cool. I landed and I had like I think $130 a week pay, which all I did.
Money?
Oh, I didn't need it.
Yeah.
Right? I have a room and the food, they are giving me food, so all I gotta do is stack that money, which I did, and I used to buy shoes all the time. Go to Times Square and buy, any Jordans that I could find and whatever. But that was my first year here. Second year, I I gotta get a little better on this, if I really want to stay here.
Yeah, make it worthwhile.
So then I was doing, I was cleaning CVS from 11. So I used to work for the family. Put the kids to sleep around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then I met this guy. He used to pick me up around 10. And we used to run all CVS's, Rite Aid, and Walgreens in New York City, cleaning the floor.
So what time is that from? 10 to?
From 11 actually, because
11.
that's when they close.
Yeah.
So 11 to 6 a.m. we cleaning floors, taking gum from the floor and stuff like that to make extra money. And then he dropped me off in the house, and I wake up the kid around 6, when I get there, and put him on the bus and stuff like that. When he goes to the bus, and then I did Manhattanville. That's how I learned English. There was a college there. I did like ESL, English as second language. That's how I learned my English. Then from that, he gets home by 3 o'clock, and then I do his food. I help him whatever he gotta do, And then I left the house again around 5, and I was dog sitting.
So what time were you sleeping from?
Yeah. Whenever
when
I
you're
could.
24, sleep is like
Yeah, but most
especially-
people are sleeping
yeah.
because they're out of the bar from 11 to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
found
yeah.
opportunity and just
Well,
kept
that's that
pushing.
next level grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, you know, and it's funny like you said that because nowadays I don't think I can, you know,
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
on
the
that on that
sleepless
on
nights.
that thing. But I was young, you know, and
Yeah,
they're
but
super
you don't
excited.
have to do that now because you've spent
Exactly.
those base layer years setting those
You know,
breaks.
you pay your dues.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
You
exactly, you pay your
so,
dues.
Like that's what I said this when I first got here. Like you know, my first guy gave me the opportunity. So many other people gave me opportunities. Don't give opportunity. You gotta get it and you gotta run. You know, so that's what I've been doing my whole life. You know, and I don't regret it, and I'm gonna keep that like that way forever. You know, when people say like that whole phrase, "Fake until you make it," yeah, I'm a perfect example of that.
I mean, that's
shit.
kind of what you have to do.
You
People
have
don't
to
get
do
it.
that.
You just got to keep going because
Yeah.
you could still be in Brazil saying, "Oh, what if I tried to
100%.
go to the U.S.?" Back
I mean,
in
I could
23?
have done it the whole 2 years, program and left.
And then gone back.
And gone back and be suffering there still, you know, because, you know, it's a third world country there still, you know. We have a lot of technology and stuff, but the pay and stuff is insane.
Why do you think that, like, you're grateful to be here, you're appreciative? Why do you think that people, is it because they're handing stuff? Why aren't people grateful for the opportunity they have here? Because they don't take advantage of it? What is your thought process on that?
Interesting. If you are an immigrant, I promise you we are all grateful.
Yeah.
100%. Any immigrant that you ever meet, they will be grateful. If they're not born here, right? If you're immigrant because your parents were immigrant, but you're
Right.
born here, you're American, right? And nothing wrong with that. But like if you came some way, sometime that you already had a life in another country, if you got here by 14, 15 years old, you know what I mean, you had a life, you understand your system, you understand the school system, you understand payroll, paychecks and whatever, you suffer something, right? And then now you're here. Trust me, you are thankful. You know,
Are you
so-
saying that because a bad day here is still better than a good day elsewhere at
Ah,
times?
100%.
100%.
I will suffer here. I was hungry here before, you know. Once again, that's another, we can do
Oh,
another
yeah, man.
podcast on this shit. But you know, I had my days, you know, like I was hungry here.
Yeah.
Like my account was negative. Not once.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I had a video on my phone. I should have kept it. One day I was driving, I bought this it's another story too. I have many different cars. But my
Yeah.
first car I paid $280. I went all the way to Wildwood. This guy was selling. I was walking. This guy was selling a car. I had no idea about cars, right? He was selling a Mercury. What is that? 1970 something? It's a Mercury. Old as fuck.
Like
You know, the
grandma's car.
seatbelt comes like, you
Yeah.
know, locks me and
The
shit.
automatic one?
Yo, dusty, rusty and shit. And
But it had 4 wheels and 2
4
doors?
wheels for it, bro. I'm
Yeah.
taking this. And so he was selling for 300. And said, hey, where are you living right now? I said, like, I live in Mays Land. He's like, all right, I'll give you $20 back. You got to put gas on it to go. So I paid $280 in a full tank, you know. But anyway, my point is that when I was saying, like, you know, my bank account has been a negative many times, you know, I was hungry or whatever. So I had this Ford Fiesta. I think it was
Yeah, Fiesta.
Yeah.
40.
Ford Fiesta, I think it was 2000. I bought it. There was a stick shift with a lot of stick shift cars, and overheated and left me, you know, in the middle of the road. So I had to walk until I found a restaurant, buy 4 gallons of water. I bought 2 gallons of water. Walk back to the car to put water on it. And I remember I made a video, and so like, guys, this is 2000, whatever it was, like 2010. This is the last time that I'm gonna have problems with a car. I promise you, you're never gonna see me on the road, on the side of the road again because my car overheated. This is the last time. And I'm gonna save this video because in 2-3 years from now,
You
you're
look
gonna
back
see
on
me walking.
And at that time, who are you to say that? You know what I mean? Like going back to the
Oh,
imposter
yeah.
syndrome. Who the fuck are you to say that? What do
Exactly.
you have track record wise?
But
Do you
you
have
know-
belief in you, right?
But you
You
know,
made a
from,
conscious decision to not have to have that happen again. Yeah.
because from that point on, you know, I mean, I already suffered so much. Like, this is enough, you know. This is it's always like that. So, you know, that's also how I got in fitness. You know, what I mean, like how I want to grow and look big and stuff. Because I was tired, people laughing at me because I was too small. So fuck you guys, I'll show you something.
Yeah.
You know, and then I start getting, let's work out for real and do something. You know.
Now going into
If-
fitness, now I know that you've been a trainer in this area for a long time. now that you're a business owner, because now when I met you, you were a one-man show. You had about 50-something clients that you were working from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. then working out, and you know. Fast forward to 6 months later, you've got 4 or 5 trainers and instructors working underneath of you. Yep. You're still active with your clients, but how's that paradigm shifted from being the person who is responsible for facilitating every single client to now you can still train clients, but you're also in charge of a company, because now you have a company.
Yes.
You know, because we see it here every single day.
Yeah.
How's that changed your daily habits, like your routine, your little stratosphere? Like, how's that different for you now?
First of all, I'm very thankful for you know, being in this position now to be a boss. You know, like everybody want to be a boss, but they don't want to do bullshit. You know, and it's true. You know.
Yeah. I like that's the first thing that you said, because everybody wants to be a boss or an owner or something, but they say, or like, how many people come up and say, oh, I want to open a gym one day. Well, so open a fucking gym, or go get certified and train.
Yeah. You know, and that's what I tell all my boys. That's what I tell all my boys. They are trainers today. Like, you know, change your instructure. Stop doing one-on-ones, and you know, you're gonna be kept out real quick.
You can talk about it, or you can be about it.
Exactly. Let's do it. You know, and once again, I'm a perfect example, because I've been doing this. Like, it's not easy, but I've been doing this. You know, like, I'm not even close to the best trainers out there that has a lot of money and houses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I'm doing this for where I came from. You know, to now.
And you're still going up.
Oh my God, yes.
I know
I'm going up. You know, so you know, being a business owner now is it's just ice in the cake. You know, I'm a hard worker. I always gonna work. Doesn't matter. You know, if I'm here, if I'm over there. Trust me, I'm not gonna suffer money anymore.
Well, that's first guy in, last guy out mentality, right? Like, you know, your hands are gonna be on the wheel. Whether you're on the gym floor sweating with these people, or you're in your office making sure that payroll's being made so that tomorrow when they cash their checks, money's there for them. To, well, how are we going to advertise next month? Because we're already talking about what we're doing in January. And it's November 10th or 11th, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm ready for February. I told him we have a whole plan. I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, that for me, I think is, when I say, like, don't talk about it, be about it. Like, when you and I first met, you had all the options in the world to go train at whatever gym you want to train at. Other gyms were asking you to come through, and you ultimately chose to kind of plant the anchor here with us at just Northfield at first. Now we're already at Absecon, and then very shortly we're going to be in Brigantine, and then we have another location in the pipeline that we're not going to announce yet. You'll be there when we open, but I love it, man. I think that's like your love for what you do is parallel to my love for what I do, and they're two things that kind of have to be in they have to coexist for it to work.
Yeah.
Same for Steve. He's got 3 or 4 different avenues that all lead to this apex that he knows where his life is heading. He knows where he wants it to go, and he's already he's about it. He doesn't just talk about it.
He's doing it.
And that's kind of why we call that like our Basu state of mind kind of thing. Like, building a superior you is what this thing is all about, whether it's financially or physically or mentally or all the above.
You know, actually, that's a whole balance right there. You know what I mean? There is no way you can be successful just your business if you're not successful physically, if you're not successful mentally.
Well, that was the way he started this.
See, that's what it's kind of all about. Before I even get into that, I think just because you're a trainer, physically, it seems like people really. Why does it seem like a lot of people who can get it down really physically can't get it in the rest of their life? You know what I mean? Because it seems that way with a lot of some of the bodybuilders and all that. Then they just like screw up everything else financially or their mental state of mind. What?
Because they put all their eggs in the same basket. That's the wrong.
It's just all that exterior. They know they can get the food right, but like all that comes down to a structure. Yeah. So it's like your mental is the same structure, but they're just not doing the reps in the mental capacity of personal development, of learning money and all that.
All the focus shifts to the bodybuilding, and they think the bodybuilding is gonna serve their lives. It's gonna save your marriage. It's gonna save your kids. It's gonna save your money. Your bank. No.
I know bodybuilding that ends marriages because you're in the gym 4 hours, 5 hours a day.
Exactly.
Like, I could name like 4 or 5 of my friends who are bodybuilders who are like, yeah, I'm just going to be single forever because I'm not going to not go to the gym today if my wife wants to go on a date.
And hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But it's still, like we said, all right, maybe not that, but how is your business? How's your, how's your kids doing? Are you a present father? You know, all those things. There's so many other elements that
Yeah,
can
we're
tap
trying
on,
to find a way to make people more well-rounded. That's the whole point of this project.
Yeah.
Build a community of people who are into all three things.
Yeah.
So you were a pro on stage. What was the lowest your body fat was? Because we're gonna be asking you a lot of workout questions and a lot of food questions, and I just want people to understand that you are a person we can go to with these kind of questions.
Yeah. I think I was 4.5.
4.5% body fat. At what? How tall are you?
I'm 6.
At 6 foot, and what was your weight?
I was 195 on the stage.
At 195.
195 on the stage.
At 4% body fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started my prep, I was 217. And then I cut it down to 195.
So what does it take to get down to 4% body fat? Obviously, that's something you're really doing just to get on stage, because that's like a serious.
Yeah, you should not live. You should not try to.
That, right? Yeah, that's hard to maintain.
Yeah, you should not try to live on that. It's no way. That's not healthy. Your brain, your heart. You know, you need fat to live. Like fat tissues and stuff like that. You can't try to be there. That's just so you can pick, look great on the stage, do your thing, and get out of there. You know, go back to your life and. Yeah, you can't try to stay there.
You're still disciplined off season. It's just
100. Yeah,
you're just not as stringent on what you put in.
So interesting. We don't have off seasons anymore. We have improvement seasons. You know, we always gonna keep doing this. So we always want to improve. If you really say off season, if I'm off, I'm off.
You're off.
You know what I mean? Like I'm off. That's not a good term to use. On the whole bodybuilding community, we have improvement seasons. You know, off season is you're really gonna be off, and your mentality changes because you just said the word off. You know,
I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, you see a lot of people do that. They'll go on stage, get down to that percentage, and then you'll see them 3 months later, 4 months later, and they're like 20% body fat, and you're like, wait, what the fuck happened?
Interesting thing, I didn't know as a pro that it's a verbal contract, but we cannot be, having the 15% of your body, your stage.
It's almost like a modeling contract.
Yeah.
They take your card back?
We gotta look at. You gotta look. They don't take a card back, but you're not gonna be called for anything. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be called asked
hey, Raph,
for anything.
we need a guy here. What's your body fat right now?
Send us nudes. What?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You used to have a guy who randomly text you, I need a nude. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You gotta send him a picture.
I might.
Oh, man.
Whatever, depending what it is.
That's actually just Tony.
Followed by a Zelle payment.
Yeah, exactly.
So to dig into a little deeper on nutrition, how would we break down what is macros? We'll start with that.
Macros are the 3 elements, it could be 4, but the 3 elements that you need to have a balanced diet. From that point on, you know if you want to go up as gain weight or if you want to go down as lose weight, or if you just want to maintain.
Those 3 elements being carbs, fats, and proteins.
Carbs, fats, and proteins.
And what would the 4th one be if you haven't had a 4th one? Fiber.
Yeah. But the fiber pretty much gets into with the carbs.
If you're getting it through vegetables and stuff.
Yeah, correct. Which is funny because everybody says, "Oh, I don't eat carbs. Do you eat veggies?" Yeah, you eat carbs. Oh, my diet is 0 carbs, but I eat a ton of veggies. You have carbs.
Or I put creamer in my coffee, but it's sugar-free or some crazy shit.
Exactly, you're still getting So yeah, basically that's what it is. That's what's the main thing that you really should be focused if you want to change the way you look physically. It's carbs, protein, and fats.
So I made like a short reel because everybody always asks me, I don't look as good as you, but people always ask me like, hey, what should I do? So I made like a small reel, and it was, so start by cutting out like 75% of processed foods, exercise even if it's like a 30-minute walk, cut out all sugary drinks. What would you add to that? This is before you even start really getting in the gym. This is from 0 to getting into it.
Because we talk about like a change, right? And change, you need to create a new habit. Yeah. And to create a new habit, you need to have a different routine or whatever routine, right? So what I try to help people with, like first step, I would say, is be consistent. Whatever you choose. Whatever you choose, be consistent and just show to yourself that you can do that for a week. So like you said, cut up with the carbs or the sugar, whatever. For some people, it might be an issue because I don't know how much Coke, how much Coca-Cola you drink, how much food. So you might already scare somebody real quick because that was too much of a change.
I'm thinking like this is a good entry level where that's like even too extreme for some people.
We never know.
You don't even know.
So my point is like let's be consistent for a week.
Yeah, so a small goal, large
very
target.
Very small goal, and then from there we can now you see you accomplished this. Can we do a little better this time? Boom. Oh, we accomplished this. Can we do better? And that way you ease your body into it. you know, January 1st, I'm cutting all my carbs are gonna go crazy. You're gonna crash.
But also, why wait for January 1st when today's November 11th?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck are you gonna do to
That's-
yourself those next 2 months?
I said January 1st because I know that's why everybody.
Oh,
goes,
yeah,
you
no,
know,
absolutely.
especially now, we're in the perfect time. You know, it's November,
The
right?
holidays are here. you
Oh
know.
my God, the holidays, Raph. I see you in January. Whew. I know you will. I know you will. You know, I'll be ready for you.
I'm gonna have just a plate of turkey skin. I guarantee you on Thanksgiving.
Hey, I eat. I have no problem with food though. You know, once because I'm consistent. You know, my Monday, Tony can see, everybody here at the gym sees I have my food with me all the time. Monday through Friday, sometimes also Saturdays if I'm working, I have my meals. You look at the fridge right here in the gym, all my breakfast is there, labeled, right? Like, well, whose food is that? That's Raph. Monday through Friday, my breakfast is there. If I'm late, doesn't matter. As soon as I walk in here, my breakfast starts, and then I have my meals with me, and that's how I go throughout the whole day. Saturday, Sunday, that's a whole other story.
So what's Saturday and Sunday?
I can eat whatever.
You can eat whatever you
I
want.
eat whatever I want.
As long as you're consistent Monday to
I
Friday.
still hit my macros though. I still
So,
hit my
I was
macros,
just say,
which is my protein.
100% of the macros, 80% of the time. Like, you're hitting your goals, but you're allowing yourself
then I just add.
a little bit of freedom on the weekends.
And then I just add on top. You know, as long as I still do my proteins and my fats, my carbs is whatever, because I already hit my macros for my protein, which is most important for my muscle.
So should someone figure out, hey, these are the macros I should eat? So somebody start by trying their, because you got keto, you got carnivore, you got this, you got that, you got vegan. How does someone just, do they all work?
They all work.
As long as you're consistent.
They all work as long as you're consistent. I was vegan before.
Yeah.
I was vegan for 8 months. I love it. I love it how my mental felt. I was so sharp.
Were you able to compound muscle? Were you able to add weight?
No, that's the problem.
So you couldn't
I
add,
lost weight.
You couldn't add muscle, you're saying? You had a hard time adding muscle?
Well, I was vegan for 8 months and I actually lost muscle mass.
Okay.
So I don't know if
But you felt physically better.
100%.
Mentally.
Mentally and physically, I was looking good, but I didn't lose size, and my strength wasn't 100%. Once again, right? That was my own experiment. You know, I mean, I've been a trainer for so long. I'm being a coach for so long. I know I can do that.
Yeah.
But maybe if I had a coach guiding me through,
Who was
as
especially a vegan bodybuilder coach.
you know, I might be able to do even better. You know,
So-
but that was an experiment that I want to do by myself. Just like everybody look on internet and they want to try. But you know what? Why not? You know.
So you're a coach. I'm a coach for strength and conditioning. You're a coach. Do you have a coach as well?
I have a coach.
So see, that's what I like. I like
Every
that
coach, every coach needs a coach. As every pro has a coach. You know, on the sports, and like as a football player, as a basketball, as a boxer, you have a coach. Doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, you have a coach. Your coach might be 7 years old, can't even punch no more, but he knows you punch
He
wrong.
knows how to punch. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
So,
kinda
I'll walk you
it's a
through
way
it.
to hold yourself accountable.
100%. You know.
You can lie to yourself, but it's hard to look at somebody else and lie to them that you respect.
Yeah.
Well, that's the difference between I think that's the main difference for me between a trainer and an actual coach. Because, like you said, trainers, they're just going to work you out. You're going to leave. You're going to go do whatever you got to do for the next 2 or 3 days until your next appointment. Where a coach stays on your ass. One, like, you disseminate. I'm on your program. We're going to talk about Project Dad Bod here shortly. But you gave me my macros, my breakdown. I don't get cheat meals. That's not a thing yet. You gave me my workouts, and it's my job to make sure that I hit these things. And when I don't, I tell you.
Yeah.
And then, like, right now, you're working on phase 2 for me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm excited for that because I liked phase 1.
Yeah.
That coupled with the 100 push-ups a day I've been doing for the past 12 days, I feel fucking great.
How'd that feel?
It feels good.
Yes.
Yeah. If
I can do that. I'm old, guys.
I
Just so
haven't,
you
have
know.
you seen him post 100 push-ups yet?
I haven't seen 100 push-ups from you.
Me?
It's 11
I
days
can't
in.
do that.
It's 11 days in.
You
I
can
haven't
buy
seen
in with a quick 1200. Listen.
I can do that.
You can just
So
buy
how many I have? 1,200? You said?
No, you just 100 a day going
That's 100
forward.
a day.
Hey, I'm a
you
pro.
can hop in at a time.
We'll see.
No,
Well,
We
I'm
have the
saying-
receipt right here saying you're going to do them the rest of the month. Today's November
but you
12th.
run it back. I need to say that.
Oh, I can do
Run
it on my
back.
phone, I think. The biggest thing that I was trying to say was like having that coach, having somebody who's actually with you outside of the gym. Like, I know that you text your clients because when they're not here, or when they're here and you're with another client, they already know. Oh, he already told me what I need to start warming
Yep.
up with.
Yep.
So they're not waiting around because that's lost
They already
time.
know,
If they have an hour and you're gonna be with them for 45 minutes, they're gonna spend that 15 doing whatever you told them to do, and that's the difference between training somebody
And that's when
coaching them because
Sorry.
it's a little deeper.
Sorry, I'm cutting, but
No, you're good.
that's how I started coaching people. because I was a trainer already, and I wanted my clients to do better. I can't just train you.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to do better. Because me as a business person, always been, even though I didn't have a business, I already had a mindset.
Well, you've always been your own business.
Correct.
You might not have
And
had
a
an
leader,
LLC,
you
but
know, a
it's your
leader
business.
doesn't want to just give them their 30 minutes
Yeah.
and be done.
No, but I was always thinking about a business point of view that if you look good, I look good.
True.
Well, it's marketing.
You know, if you're happy, Steve, after a month working out with me, first of all, you're coming back.
Yep.
So that's my money back, right? If you look good, your girlfriend and your friends, you're gonna bring Tony next time because damn, you look good, Steve.
Tony wants to look good one day too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all comes together. So and then the cameraman is gonna feel like, oh damn, that was cool. He's gonna sign up with me too.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, so when I had the mindset, like, you know what, I'm losing money here because I'm not tagging that other part. I'm a great trainer. You feel great after the workout. You got a pump. You know, as a girl, like my glutes. Oh my God, yeah. But you're not really changing your body. Let's change it. So that's when I started coaching people, and then that's when really my career took off because now I had transformations. You know, people were pay attention on what they were eating. You know, I was helping them breaking their macros and stuff like that. And now your body's changing. Now you know you feel better, you look better, you bring people to
Right.
me. You know.
Well,
So do you do, sorry to interrupt you,
No,
do
you're
you
good.
do just meal plans? Like, say somebody watches this.
I have
says,
a
need
lot of
meal plan.
online clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I-
at the
I
end,
never
we're
saw
going to
them
give your
before.
information, but so people can reach out to you just for a meal plan if they
Oh,
just want
yeah,
to start with that.
yeah.
They're an hour away, 5
Let's just
hours
go through
away.
the quick
Yeah,
list
yeah,
that you
yeah.
do. Besides just in-house training, besides doing what we do in here with one-on-ones or small groups or classes, you do competition prep for people who want to be IFBB pros
Correct.
or are already pros and want to continue competing.
Correct.
You do, so that's the contest preps in person and also online.
Yes.
You do online meal prep and programming.
Yes.
We're now launching Project Dadbod and hopefully
Yes.
Project Mombod coming afterwards
Yes.
in the spring. But it's not just a one thing. It's kind of all encompassing around the fitness model. So whether you're a member of this gym or not, they still can access your knowledge and you'll still put the same amount of time in because I've seen the end result. I have it on my phone. I know what I'm supposed to do today when I go home.
Yes.
I know what I'm supposed to eat today. So I think that's why I like your approach to it because it's different than what I've seen. I've been in this industry for almost 20 years now,
Yeah.
and 9.5 out of 10 trainers, if that's a measurement, will be counting the seconds on their watch until it's either 10-minute break time between the next one, or they send you off, and they'll see you next time. There's no in-between communication. There's no afterthought or aftercare until the next session. Whereas I know that you're going to give someone shit if you didn't see them on Tuesday when they were with you Monday, now it's Wednesday. Why didn't I see you in the gym yesterday? I was here from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Correct.
I know you didn't come.
Correct.
And then they care. They start caring more because they know that you do.
So you know, I have this app on my phone. I put a Tony there. It's called WhatsApp, and that's how I communicate with all my clients. I use the way so I can separate clients and my friends
Right.
and family, whatever. Right? You text me on my regular phone. When it pops up, I know what it is. If WhatsApp pops up, I know it's a client. Right? And so if you see me training people, you know, even though I go hard with my clients, you will see me on my phone because my phone doesn't stop.
Yeah.
All day long, my phone will be buzzing because I do have clients everywhere. You know, I have competitors getting ready for prep.
Different time zones,
I have
too.
check-ins every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have check-ins from clients, and then there is clients checking in on Monday. I have clients from Cali. I still have clients in Brazil. So the time change is so crazy that my phone buzzes all day long. But honestly, I love what I do. You know, I'll not change in a second. I love what I do. But as like Tony said, it's all about accountability, you know, and that's what I want to do. I want to be able to help them to get the best that they can, you know. It's pretty much the same mindset as the whole Basu has. We got to build some people better, you know, and help them to get on the best that they can.
Yeah,
they're not going to be on my level, but they're going to be on their best level. You're going to be on your best level. Tony's trying to
Yeah,
get
we
on
all
his
have
best
our own.
level.
It's I like that you said that. They're not going to be on your level. They're going to be on their best level for themselves.
Yeah.
Um,
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's one day, each day, get a little bit better.
Yes. Yes.
Because we're losing more and more people to all these diseases, all these diabetes,
Yes, oh my
overweight,
God.
this, that, and the other. So before somebody comes to you and gets their meal plan, where can they go if they just want to try and figure out their macros? I think there was a site that you sent me before. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, there's a couple of different sites online. You can go to like a TDEE calculator, so a total daily energy expenditure calculator, and
Yes.
what it'll do is it'll ask you for your biometrics. It'll ask you your height, your weight, your age. If you know your blood pressure, great, put it in there. It'll ask you to be honest about your level of activity. Are you sedentary or are you overly active or anywhere in between? and it'll calculate kind of a base breakdown of what that algorithm thinks you should take for whatever your goals are. Now, the only difference between that algorithm and Raph is he's going to give you these things, but because he can physically see and compute change as you do the workouts, he knows where he can tweak things or where he can cut carbs or add protein or add carbs in food just so that your body can kind of recomp or feed back into it.
Because the point is from the app, right? You pretty much getting that information from a database, a very vast database. It's pretty much a robot telling you what you do, right? Me as a person, I'm gonna ask what time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what time you work out. That changes everything, you know. So those little information right there can change a lot of how your day goes and how your meal's gonna be prepped. You know what I mean? Plus,
if you go in there and play with your mic, if you go on those websites, they'll give you like a very broad understanding of what you should be doing, but like if you're 6'6" like myself, or 6 foot, and we're 20 pounds of difference or 50 pounds of difference, our numbers, because of the algorithm, just see 6 foot, are going to assume that we're the same person, and we're going to have very close numbers. But Tony needs more food than what Raph eats, because I got almost 100 pounds on you. But
if you put my numbers in the app, I'm obese. I'm obese already. You know, I'm 220, 6 foot. I'm obese. I have issues, they gotta go down and stuff like that, you know, and which be fat is not true, it's just because I have more muscle mass.
So if they shouldn't do that before they're ready, because people aren't going to be ready to hit somebody like you up, you're intimidating to the average person, say. So can they start with that?
Sweetheart, though. You should come.
I agree with you. I just want to give them an actionable step today before they call you. If they're not quite ready to call you, what's the actionable step?
Don't drink soda. Cut soda out. Just do that. And then next week, no soda, lower your carb intake through breads and sugars. Next week from there, reach out to somebody who is willing to help you. But if you can't make those first 2 steps to take some sort of fucking accountability in your life, then going to a trainer right now is just going to be you burning money.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to give a couple actionable steps. So they start feeling better, they're building momentum, then they can come to you.
So create
so is
change.
Protein going to be, so can they raise their protein, lower their carbs? What should they be raising and lowering? Just a basic, quick.
Basically, it's carbs.
Less carbs?
Deal with your carbs.
Okay.
Funny enough, sometimes you need to eat more.
Yeah.
You know, because our metabolism is shutting down. You know, think about it. Like average obese people, they eat 1 time a day. I don't eat nothing, Raph. I don't even eat. I just had lunch today, and I ate like a handful of something. Your metabolism is so down, it's off, that it's not working.
Your
Whatever you
like
eat,
fight or flight, just holds on to everything.
Exactly. Whatever you eat, your body's gonna hold it, because I don't know when I'm gonna eat again. I'm starving here. So you're gonna hold it, it's gonna store as fat because it's trying to save you. And that's a big issue. So maybe sometimes you do, you know, it's, once again, it's still carbs, right? We talk about what's the easiest way to go about. It is carbs, but sometimes you gotta eat more, or you might have to cut it. We never, you know, that's why it's so hard.
Or timing.
Yeah, you can't, too. Like you said about size-wise, and everybody's gonna be different. But I'm just trying to give actionable steps, because some people will not call you right away, and they're not taking actionable fucking steps at all.
And that honestly though, Steve, I wish was different.
I know.
I wish they just come and text me or call me, and we go from there. You don't have to come to the gym.
You don't have to pay us to ask us a question.
If you're intimidated, don't come to the gym, but ask like, Raph, can you help me real quick? Of course. Because me as a business person, I'm planning to see. Because I know the information I'm gonna give it to you is gonna be very helpful, and you're gonna like it, and that's gonna start to help change your life. And next step, you will come.
And even if they don't, someone else might talk to them, and they're like, "Oh, I talked to this guy, Raph. I didn't go see him because I fell off, but he was nice. He answered my question."
Exactly.
Then the next person calls you. Everything builds on each other, like you said, even business.
And I think that's just part of being a human too. Is like, I think we all have the natural ability to want to help somebody. It's whether you're willing to actually act upon it. So if somebody comes up to you and asks a question, I always will give you an answer. It takes me 2 seconds to say, don't drink soda for 1 week. Let's go. Let's start there, and then next week let's lower some bread, and then come see me. I'll give you a free session. Let's see if you're going to puke or not. Because if you're not physically ready for it, then we'll put you on some cardio so that you can build a little bit of endurance up, and then we'll go from there. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people get lost in it. Like, oh, I'm going to make every single drastic change I can possibly make today, so that tomorrow I can look like him. Well, there's going to be about 300 fucking tomorrows before you get to this. Like,
it's the same thing with starting a business or anything. You're 100%. Not going to get many views on whatever, all that. It's gonna everything takes time, but people want instant because everything's instant nowadays.
We're an instant gratification society.
Once again, it comes back to consistency, you know. I'm gonna do a tattoo saying
Consistency.
That's the word.
You could just. I
because
think
just
you
like
should get like a shield.
the whole lights, right? Like
With
the,
like a BASU with a one with an
And
infinity
consistent
sign in
back?
it.
Yeah, be
And put-
consistent. Build a spirit you. I'll pay for the tattoo for
Hey.
you.
Oh,
Right here, right here.
I like tats. No, not that.
some other people can't see.
Nah, it's all about, I'm still a bodybuilder, so once I retire, I'm gonna cover up my whole body. I still gotta be on the stage, you know, tattoo sometimes my messes up, so.
So that would be the nutrition part of it. I wanted to hit a little bit of just weightlifting. Same thing, just kind of basic things. What's more important, would you say, workout-wise? Should you find a routine that works for you? Should you be doing high intensity? Should you be doing CrossFit? Should you be doing... Because, again, like diets, there's 6,000 things you could possibly fucking do.
Yeah.
So how do you decide which exercise, which training program to start with? I know the best outcome would be training with Raph from Flex Training, but what is the actionable steps?
I like LISS.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way for people to
What
get
is it?
It's called LISS, LISS, low impact steady state cardio. So you don't
gotta
have
move.
to, yeah, you gotta move. You don't have to run, you don't have to sprint, you don't have to do a stair climber. Just put that treadmill on a little baby incline.
Change your heart rate a little bit.
Yeah,
And stay
and
there,
walk.
you know? And little by
Walking.
little, you can raise.
Supposedly, too, right after you eat, it's really good to walk, right? Because your sugar levels
Sugar
usually
levels
go up.
spiked, yeah.
Correct.
So I think LISS would be my opinion on the best place to start for anybody, because you have bodybuilding athletes who 90% of their cardio is LISS,
Yeah.
because their body's already worked on the muscles that need to affect.
Exactly.
And mentally,
Yeah.
gives you time to kind of think.
Yeah,
And
you can, meditate or whatever, think about it,
You can close your eyes and
Yeah.
daydream. You can listen to music, watch a podcast.
you can walk with your partner.
Yeah.
I do a lot of walks
Yeah.
just because it's good for our relationship,
It
too.
is
You get
work.
time to talk and leave your phone at home.
I think
Of
everything
course.
in life revolves around movement, right? Nothing happens to you if you're not willing to get up and work for it, right? And it's also one of the healthiest forms, and it lowers your ability for injury because it's not going to fuck you up. You're not jolting your joints. You're activating your heart. You're getting into an anaerobic state, which is great. You're going to burn a little bit of fat, but you're also kind of normalizing movement for your body so that it understands what the potential energy you're putting out there is for.
All right, so after you're walking, how do you know how many reps to do? Because there's 5 reps, there's 10 reps, there's 15 reps, there's 20 reps.
Oh, for lifting, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Going into lifting now.
Yeah. Well, it
It's like
depends.
walking reps.
How many steps? You're only doing 5 steps?
Walk with your right foot 15 times. So you gotta hop. No,
Big ass circle.
Now, once again, it will depend of what's your goal. If you want to lose weight or if you want to gain weight, that's what the first step I would say, because high reps and low reps, that really changes everything. As a bodybuilder, we do low reps. We might go a little heavier, but then we do low reps because we're trying to increase the muscle mass. But if you do want to lose some weight, yeah, I'll say high reps, so maybe 15. The whole point here is is once again put your heart rate up. That's step one. So even high reps, it's not about how much weight you put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you get those 15. You get a little burning sensation on the muscle, so you work.
Yeah.
The goal is to live here. You gotta sweat. You gotta be crazy, but you do gotta sweat. It's a good way to measure.
So that's like
that you did.
hypertrophy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so increased friction on the muscle mass creates that thermogenesis to burn fat off the muscle, but also elongates and leans out the muscle that you're overall affecting. So it turns into a cardio movement while lifting weights, which I think is pretty fucking cool. And that it depends. And also, like you said, depends on what your goals are. If your goals are to put on size, you're gonna lower the sets, lower the reps, increase the weight. And then,
But the interesting fact that the more muscle you have, more you burn. So everybody should think about that. It's like a bank account, right? The more muscle you have there, more you can overdraft. You can.
Because it takes more to maintain that to keep the muscle, right?
Yeah. So if you have a lot of muscle there, you can eat a lot of more calories. You can.
Well, yeah, because your daily expenditure is probably a lot less. So we were talking about hypertrophy.
Okay.
And we just kind of finished up saying that that increased friction for the muscle creates that kind of thermogenesis, burning fat off that.
So yeah, basically, the more you lift, the more you build muscle. The more muscle you have, more calories you burn by that fact. And then so it's honestly it's a better life because if you have muscle mass, you can fluctuate more because you burn more. So weightlifting is actually
Then too, isn't protein, your body uses more energy to break down protein than it does carbs?
Yes.
So that's another reason why if you kind of up your protein and lower down your carbs, that could be kind of like a starting point.
Correct.
Okay.
Because you fake, that hunger feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're still full. Because protein is pretty harsh on your body. It takes forever to break down. So you're gonna stay full for a while. If you're on a diet, right? And the way it helps you to burn it also as well. Because if you eat carbs like they digest so quick, and then now you're hungry again, and now you want to eat again. And they're a little heavier that way. So.
Okay. Now moving into Project Dad Bod, Tony, you want to kind of give away what this is going to be, though?
Yeah. So Project Dad Bod was something that Raph and I came up with. I came to him saying, you know what, I'm a trainer. I've been a trainer for 18 years. But I obviously, like you said, coaches need coaches, and I needed help. So long story short is, a year ago, I came off testosterone to have our son, my wife and I. And I was around like 270. I was, probably the lightest I've been in a decade. And coming off testosterone for a medical purpose, I had to come off cold turkey so that we could, long story short, get healthy sperm. Because of that, it shocked my whole hormonal system, where my prolactin was unchecked, which is a pretty aggressive chemical your brain releases to fight testosterone, and so was my estrogen, which is the enemy of testosterone. They were both left unchecked for about 8 months there. So I went from a healthy 270-ish to a very fluffy 328. And the frustration level of me not being able to get back onto a routine of my own, I had said, Raph, I need some help. And I said, why don't we we were driving back, we actually were in Philadelphia driving back, and I'm like, why don't we create this program where you give me the diet and the exercises, and then I'll I'll do my work. Well, I just need to have a regimented blueprint. If you put it in front of me, I'll go and do it. That's not a problem at all. And so Project Dad Bod was kind of born. And the whole reason for this was, if I can do it, 328 pounds can do it, then there's really no reason. And not just because I own gyms, or not because I'm in here 10 hours a day. I don't work out 10 hours a day. And the program doesn't require me to. It's just because I'm a normal human being. I needed help.
That's the whole point. We call it Dad Bod because we are all people here, regular people. And we call regular people because we are parents. We have kids and we have business and we have a life. So it's not like a bodybuilding thing that you really gotta be here 2-3 hours and you gotta cook all those things. No, this is for regular people. Yeah. That's what we call Dad Bod. Looks like the girls like Dad Bods anyway, right?
I wouldn't go that far, but I hear you.
Hey, that's online. That's why the whole created Dad Bods anyway. But we are doing this. We are doing this to prove that that's for everybody.
Yep.
It's not just for the fit people and being at the gym. It's for us. I'm also a parent. We need this to stay accountable and stay going. We can't stop that part and being healthy and being physically able to do what we gotta do, because now we have a wife and life and kids and business. You gotta keep it a balance.
And the nice part about what we wanted to do at first, well, it's still now, is we have a 30-day blueprint that we're going to be offering to people for them just to try it. We're not saying this isn't a monetization event. We're not trying to make money off of you. We're saying, hey, listen, commit to a month of doing something for yourself. If you want to get past that month, if you can complete these 30 days, the diet and movements that he's put in place, I have an app. So if you don't know how to do one of these movements, guess what? We'll put them into the app. You can scroll through. It'll show you how to do these movements. You can track your weight. We can see that all on our back office, so we know that you're actually completing these tasks. And hopefully at the end of these 30 days, you see some progress. Either you feel better, you look better, whatever that metric is that you need to kind of decide that you've enacted some change in your life. Hopefully that's there, because then the next step would be, hey, listen, I want to sign up with Flex for this now 90-day program, which it's completely hands-on, where we're doing, like you said, he's overran with check-ins daily almost. Well, there's going to be a lot more of those. The whole point is for us to kind of get a group of like-minded individuals, which is kind of what Basu is about as well, to just prove to themselves that you can take that step in the right direction and kind of make yourself accountable for one, but also provide that change that your body's been desperately looking for. And we're here to help with that.
So how's it gonna work? I have to call you, I have to message you, I have to slide in DMs. Who am I messaging and saying, hey, I want to know about this Project Dad Bod? What's the 30-day?
You can message me, or you can message Tony, or you can even get in touch with Wolf Fitness or Flex. You know, we're doing this together.
Yeah, so the Wolf Instagram, the Flex Instagram, you can call the gym, you can call the Flex number that's on all of our media stuff. What we'll do is, if you're a gym person, you're going to be in the physical gym, and you don't need the app, then we'll give you the blueprint in an Excel sheet so that you know how everything works, or through WhatsApp like Raph uses. And if you are somebody who needs that extra bit of help and guidance, then the app's there for you as a tool. It really will just tell you what we're doing, just like the actual Excel spreadsheet would, but it comes with a video attached to each movement. So if you don't know what a lat pull down is, boop, there it is. It's showing you how to do a lat pull down properly, breaking down form for you within 5 seconds, and you're good to go. It's really just supposed to be a fun project to help a bunch of
It's
right
a
now,
jump
guys.
start. You know,
Yeah.
we're trying to do a jump start for everybody, and we put people in a.
Yeah, I'm not ever getting on stage. That's not one of my goals in life. I don't need to take off my shirt and show that I have a 48 pack.
Yeah, it's just part of
but I do
becoming
wanna
better
be- exactly.
tomorrow
I just
and
wanna be
making that
healthy.
progress, building upon it.
He's got young children. I've got now a 3-month-old son. I want to be the dad that is playing on the field with the kid, not on the sideline taking photos. I want to be involved and engaged. And I know that health is ultimately going to be the main thing that gets me there. So if I can get back to that healthier weight and kind of hold myself a little more accountable physically, then it's a win-win. Plus, I think it's a good lesson for, not that he's going to remember at 3 months old, but I think it's a good lesson for my son to see growing up, because it's not just going to be 90 days and done. It's a lifestyle shift. It's a paradigm shift.
Correct.
I'm not trying to lift the heaviest weights in the world anymore. I just want to be aesthetically pleasing to myself and also healthy.
And healthy. Yeah. That's the main thing. You know, that's what I always tell people. You know, if you follow your healthy path, your looks will follow. There's no way that one thing is not related with the other. You know, so if you try to be healthy, your looks will
But
just
they go hand
follow.
in hand.
It's hand in hand. It's a
Yeah.
parallel line. You know, they go together. It might take a little longer. You know, but if you're healthy, trust me, even your skin, you know, your hair, your skin, everything's following up right there. So
Oh, my hair, yeah.
it's coming back.
So this is just kind of the beginning of what the Project Dad Bod is. It's going to turn into a whole lot more, but at least this is going to give people the intro they need, and then
Correct.
from there, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be
Yep.
a group. It's just going to be something where you can kind of come together too with
Yep.
other people who are going through the same shit and want to do the same thing.
Well, that's what it's
So-
about, right? Community. It's on every one of our walls in all of our gyms. It's one of our 4 pillars.
Correct.
It's community. It's probably one of our more important ones. They're all important. We have honor, integrity, commitment, and community. But for community, without the community that we kind of grow in these spaces, we wouldn't have a second, a third, or a fourth, or a fifth, or 20th gym, whatever this is. Because that's kind of your base layer brick. You need to have those people who want to be a part of your spaces. So if we can build that dad bod community, and we got plenty of guys who benefit from the program, then I think that's the whole point. That's the whole genesis of it.
Okay. So there's
Selfishly, I get to be the guinea pig. But,
yeah, hey, there's nothing
you know,
wrong with that.
Yeah.
It honestly though, it's not even a guinea pig. It's just like we've been doing this for a minute. You know, we're just trying to have a structure now.
Yep.
It's, we just put a name, a label on the program, but we've been changing people's lives for a minute now. You know, I've been in the business for 12 years, so I've been successful that way for a long time. Tony's been in business for 20. You know, so we know what we're doing. We're just trying to really create, like he said, a blueprint. You know, we will show what we have, but we want to show you everybody that we can, and that's why Tony's one of the first ones running, so we can really show. Listen, it's totally possible. Let's get it.
Yeah,
you know?
open your mind up to the possibilities.
Yeah,
so
and
you're
unfortunately,
right.
you're going to see before and after photos of me. The unfortunate, probably the before photos, but unfortunately, the fun part will be the after. I've got to eat a shit sandwich and take my shirt off and shake my titties on the weigh-in screen, but hopefully they're not going to be titties for too long.
You gotta do it.
That's the whole point.
So there's a few questions we ask kind of all the people we have on. The first question is going to be, so we want to try and give value to, you both have kids, I'm going to have kids. What would be your values and principles that you would want to leave for your kids if today was your last day and you had to leave like 30 seconds of, hey, this is how I want you to live? Like this is your goodbye message. If there had to be a goodbye message just for them to live by, what would it kind of be?
Be kind. So important. You know, this I learned a long time ago. You catch more bees with the honey with the vinegar.
Yeah.
You know, so just be kind, and that's how you create a network. And you can go places by yourself, but you're not gonna go far. You know,
I
so
like that one.
create a community, like, you know, that's the whole point of the business anyway. You know, your community becomes your network. Your network becomes your whole surround, you know. You're surrounded with people that is good for you. You're surrounded with people like-minded, and surrounded with people who can actually take you somewhere, you know. That way you can always grow. You know, once my kids grow, one of the things I'm gonna tell them, like, don't try to be the leader. You know, if you're the leader, everybody's less than you. So now you're never gonna grow. Find a place that you're not the leader anymore, so you can humble yourself and you can push. That way you can always evolve as a human being.
Almost like don't get too comfortable.
Oh, don't get comfortable.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. Be uncomfortable.
Because if you get comfortable, life is gonna take you out of there real quick.
Yeah.
So you better do it yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Do by yourself, and now you can keep moving that way. If you wait for life to happen, you're like, oh my God, what just happened? Yeah, it was about to come. You couldn't be prepared.
I like the be kind one too, because I feel like it costs you more energy to be a dick to someone than it does to, like, I have to believe that on our base level, we're not born assholes or not assholes. We're born all relatively nice people that we shape along the way. But I think that there's an energy cost there where, like, I know that if I'm having a day and someone's like, hey Tony, what's going on? It's harder for me just to be a dick. Like, there's no point. Even if I'm in a shit mood, just fucking be nice, be kind. It's easier. It comes naturally. Don't go out of your way to be an asshole.
It feels that you waste more time, waste more energy, like, by being a mean person. You really gotta work for that, you know? You gotta choose your words, right?
Yeah, plus it's contagious. Being a dick is contagious. You fuck someone's
people
day
don't
up.
want to be around you either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People
Plus,
don't want to be around
if I
miserable
decide
people.
if they come up to me and I decide that, you know, I'm having a shit day and I want to tell you about it, and it fucks their day up, it's gonna just snowball. It's like now 10 more people are gonna have a shit day because I pissed this one person off for no
Because
fucking
here's the
reason.
thing, too, right? And why I say be kind, because even I say it as an example, like when you're driving, right? We are so self-centered. It's all about me.
Yep.
You know, I'm driving. I gotta get somewhere. Get out of my way. You don't know the person in front of you. You don't. She must be having a shitty day, or he must be having. He just got fired.
Yeah.
Let him drive. Why you want to cut him and
or he's
bump
on
it
the way to the hospital to visit his sick
You
mom,
don't
or
know.
whatever the
You know, he
reason
just
is.
gotta notice that he got cancer or whatever. You know, you don't know. So let things happen. Everything happens for a reason anyway.
That's probably something I'm gonna start working on myself, because you say that and I think, man, I get really shitty at people when I'm driving. I don't tell them about it. I don't like flick them off or fuck up their day or like tap
But
my
once
brakes.
again,
But
you
I'm
see your
sitting in
energy
I'm sitting in
But
my thing, white knuckling the steering wheel. Like,
Yeah,
I should
but
probably work on that.
Your energy changes.
Yeah.
We never know, because we are so self-centered, you know. And like I learned that through life, because, you know, like I said, I had my days and stuff like that. But even when I was having my days, when my count was on negative, my car was overheating, there's motherfuckers that are way worse than me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So
Like
like
you
you
said,
know
a
what,
bad
Raph?
day here, your worst day here is still better than your best day
100%.
elsewhere at times.
100%. So, you know, that's where my mentality of being kind also comes from, because we never know what the other person is going through, you know. And we usually tend to have like a facade, you know. I don't know how Tony woke up this morning.
Bald and handsome.
Here we go.
Where am I looking? Right there.
So you're a pro bodybuilder.
Correct.
You've been down to 4% body fat.
Yes.
You're a business owner. What does it take to build a superior you?
A lot of work.
A lot of hard work,
A lot
dedication.
of hard work. No, but you know, like if you want to take back, that's what I say. And I was gonna keep saying the same thing. You know, opportunity is gonna come to you. You gotta take it. You gotta take it. And
Whether
you
you're
gotta run.
ready for it or not.
Oh my God, you gotta run with it, because it
there
comes
might not
once.
be a next time. Yeah.
It comes once, you know. It comes once, and
You
then,
never
like,
know when, right?
And like you could have gotten a dick guy who said, "No, you're a 3. It's a 3. I'm not changing it to a 6."
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
we wouldn't be having this conversation
Exactly.
right now, or maybe we would have. You don't know until you know.
Exactly.
But,
It
yeah.
might take a little longer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I had to stay in Brazil and keep studying and really learn English before I come here. You know, it didn't hurt me.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everything is fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you didn't take the opportunity, if you never asked, you wouldn't have gotten it. You know?
Correct.
So.
Correct. So, you know, I learned, I see that, like, a lot of the successful people, those are the only ones who not really living by the rules. You don't have to really fuck people up to get somewhere, but you gotta bend.
I
you know?
agree with that completely.
I don't think if you know, at that moment right there, that would have changed my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, different path.
You're not breaking laws and all that, like hurting people, but at the same time, like some rules are meant to be broken.
Because it's all also based on your own abilities
Yeah.
and you know you know what you can
You
do.
knew that you were going to get here and get to work.
100.
Yeah, you knew that that 3 wasn't going to matter in 2 months because it'd be a 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know, like, and you see all successful people.
You're one of thousands of people who come here where that might not have been their reality. They could still be at a 3 just because they got through the door. That's all they wanted to do. Whereas you were chasing what we call that Basu state of mind, that superior version of yourself, which included being the need to be fluent in the language so that you could be here and be the boss that you are today and be the father that you are to your children.
And I speak 3 languages because my work requires that. I do know Spanish because I want to tap that people.
So,
you know,
was it Spanish, Portuguese?
Spanish, Portuguese, and English. Yeah, I'm trilingual.
Trilingual.
Yeah, I could be polyglot if I speak Italian. I do understand Italian, but I don't speak Italian, so
Not
I
yet.
can't say that. Yeah. I'm working on that. Yeah, I'm working on that.
How can people get in touch with you? What's the best way?
Social media, honestly, Instagram. You know, to be honest, I don't do Facebook.
What are the tags? What are the pages you got?
Raphael Fitness Pro. Okay, my first name Fitness Pro. That's my Instagram. That's my main account. My second main account is Fitness. Cut it. Raphael Fitness Pro. That's my main account. My second main account is Flex Training Series. Okay, that's my business account. You can. I do have somebody that helps me to run the page, and she knows everything about the account, so prices and whatever you need. Sometimes she don't answer because she wants me to do it and be a little more personal with people. And then you know, through
the Wolf Fitness pages.
You know, everybody that works at Wolf, they know us, they know the program. They can maybe get us some answers for you. If not, they're gonna reach out to us and everything. So social media for the Flex is Flex Training Series. That's our Instagram. That's also our email. You know, it's exactly the same.
And we'll make sure that we tag it on every one of these that we post so that when you're watching, guys, if you're interested, just click the button, read the post. It'll be tagged on there both ways.
And if you have any questions about anything, leave a comment below. We'll be sure to get back to you. We'll be sure to transfer it over to Raph and make sure that you get the information for Project Dad Bod. We left a lot of actionable steps that you can begin to take, all to build a superior you. So there's not much else. What else you have to add?
Yeah, I mean, just literally keep in touch with both pages. We're going to announce Project Dad Bod as something that's releasable before Thanksgiving for December 1 start date. So keep watching, get ready for that, and then we're going to
keep watching, start moving.
23.
There's a lot more shit coming at you. Stay tuned.
Take care, guys.